Fox News alert, Donald Trump just said the Strait of Hormuz is ours. Quote, that sucker is open. The Iranian response is very mild. They don't want us to go back at them. That's the whole ball game. The rest does not matter. The Strait was Iran's final card to play. They wanted it shut down for good, threatening to clip any tanker that sailed through. They hit a few this week, and they infected the water with mines. We have scooped them up, and now they can barely touch a ship. So the Navy's moved to clean up duty, sending SEALs, divers, underwater drones, all to clear out the mines, and it's working.
Bottom line, today, international shipping lanes are open and momentum is building. Iran has exported zero oil from its shores since we resumed the naval blockade in mid-July. We have been highly effective. No ships have entered or left an Iranian port without our permission. CENTCOM forces have demonstrated time and time again that we are laser focused on this mission. We remain vigilant, lethal, and resolved.
Admiral Cooper is just great. Anytime he's talking, I think we benefit. So far, oil's flowing, 30 tankers exiting the Strait every single night. But the number wants to be, they want the number to be at 50 by mid-September. When it's big time, when it's going well, they have about 125. So Iran's feeling economic D-Day. Best in strangling their wallets with Operation Economic Outcast. You got 60 companies, ships tied to Iran, have all been blacklisted. We know it's all been blockaded, too. The president says they're scraping for any cash just to pay their own troops, and most aren't getting paid. They're running up a tab they cannot cover, and sources say Tehran wants to talk. Steve Witkoff's been sitting down with Qatar and Pakistan to see where things can go. But let's not get too comfortable. These two might not be playing for our team.
Both of these countries are complicit in favoring Iran, even though they attempt to be mediators with us. The president has relations with the leaders of each country and values that personal relationship. But how these countries behave, they behave in their own interest here, for sure, is primary. And that interest has lied completely more in favor of Iran than the United States.
By the way, Pakistan just set up a trade deal with the Iranians last week. Michael Pregent joins us now. He's a former U.S. Army intelligence officer, knows as much about the region as anyone. Michael, where do you think we're at right now as you see that Operation Economic Fury is now in play?
Yeah, our biggest obstacle, Brian, is Trump's personal relationships with the leaders of Pakistan, Qatar, and other countries, to include Turkey, Russia, and China. When we look at what Qatar is doing and what Pakistan is doing, they continue to act as mediators, but they always take the side of Iran or Hamas or another terrorist group, and we need to stop that. We're not going to get anywhere. Having Witkoff out there negotiating this is just the wrong person to do it. Rubio should be doing it. Witkoff wants to incentivize a deal. That's not how you do this with a terrorist supporting country or terrorist organizations. And the reason Qatar wants this so bad, Brian, is because Qatar, if the regime falls, the spotlight will go on Qatar as the world's leading state sponsor of terror. It hasn't been designated as that yet, but it is a state sponsor of terror. It funds the Taliban, Hamas. It works as a pass-through for Iranian money to its proxies. And we got to stop dealing with these guys. They're not helping us get anywhere.
If we go back to an MOU type deal and money starts flowing into Iran, terror is back. Look at the gas lines right now in Iran. It's really beginning to take a toll. This is not the time to talk. And like you said, having Radcliffe in there and Rubio seems to make more sense. But you also brought me to what the Supreme Leader said today. What did he say that was significant?
Well, this is key, because the Supreme Leader today tied the regime's survival to the economy. So this stranglehold that the U.S. is putting on Iran is working. We are letting ships out that we decide to come out of the Strait of Hormuz, and we're doing this circulation, this economic stranglehold on Iran by taking that Venezuelan oil away from Russia, China, and Iran, and then going after countries that act as a bypass for U.S. sanctions on Iran. Today, a bank in the UAE was sanctioned for basically laundering $1.8 billion. And another bank was sanctioned for working as a pass-through to fund Iraqi militias, the proxy militias in Iraq that have been attacking Americans and attacking Israel and Saudi Arabia.
What do you think John Radcliffe was telling Vladimir Putin through emissaries in the 72 hours he left, in the 6 hours he was on the ground in Russia?
Well, listen, we're going to take away Iran from, from Russia, right? They have drones going into Ukraine that are working with Russia. We're basically trying to tell Russia, listen, your ability to export oil and work as a bypass for Iranian oil and its illicit back channel sanctions evasion has to stop. That's what he needs to tell Putin. We need to actually go after China. We've selected about 20 companies to sanction, but we haven't done that yet. So everybody's being warned right now, Brian. Russia is a $1.8 trillion economy. Iran is a $400 billion economy when they're both good. Right now, they're not. Russia lost access to that Venezuelan oil. Russia's losing access to Iranian oil. China's losing access to Iranian oil and Venezuelan oil. So hopefully Ratcliffe actually told them, listen, you're going to have to decide whether you want to get to peace in the Ukraine and work with the U.S. or continue to act as a sanctions evasion mechanism for Iran.
And they're going to have to decide, are we going to stand up to Russia because they're providing satellite imaging that's getting our guys killed, and they're providing other material to reconfigure their military arsenal over in Iran. If we stand up to them now, I think it'll pay off in the future. Michael, no one knows that better than you. Michael, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.